Y'all, I'm so excited because we have some new makeup to play with today. I don't have like a full face of new makeup, but I definitely have some new makeup that I want to try out and let you guys know whether or not these products are worth it. So you guys already know the drill. We're already zoomed in, which means we're going to go ahead and dive right on in. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's go ahead and play with some new makeup. Okay, so starting off, we're gonna go in with the eyes. So Lethal Cosmetics actually reached out to me and they asked if I wanted to do build my own palette. And I was like, oh my God, yes, that's absolutely amazing. So I picked out these shades right here, or wherever you're seeing this on the screen. I picked out these shades right here, but unfortunately some of the shades I picked out were unavailable. So they did send what they could. So instead of having like a 12 pan palette, I do have a 9 pan palette right here. This is still absolutely beautiful and I could still make this work. I'll make sure that I list all the shades that I got down below in case you guys want to check them out yourselves. I even put the shades that I picked for like the 12 pan palette over the 9 pan palette, so you guys can also check that out. But either way, I am beyond grateful. These are absolutely so beautiful. I do have like a build your own palette code. It's not like an affiliate code, but they did give me a discount code. It should be either Allie Dawson 89 or Allie Dawson, and it's going to be the BYOP. It's going to be the BYOP at the end of it. So I'll put like a little sample of it right here in case you guys do want to check it out. It's going to save you guys 10% off single products. It's not going to apply to any collabs, bundles, or discounted items, but it will take 10% off if you guys do choose to pick out some like individual shades if you guys want to check those out. And it's gonna be good until April 30th. So thank you so much, Lethal Cosmetics, for allowing me to do that. That's actually incredibly kind. And I'm so excited to play with this today. Like as you guys can see, some of these shades right here have some very shifty shades. I'm gonna do this row, but instead I'm gonna do more of just like a softer, like pinky purple look. I know I've been doing that a lot lately, but I'm really trying to do something just a tad bit different than what I have been doing over the years. Plus, I just have some new mascaras and eyeliners I want to try out that I feel like would pair really beautifully with this palette. But like, can you see that shift right there? Like, look at that. That is gorgeous. Like I said, I'll have all the shade names listed down in the description in case you guys do want to build your own. And like I said, I'll include the other 3 shades. Hopefully they do come back in stock so that you guys can, check those out if you guys want to. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my eye base. You guys already know the drill with that. It's going to be my Sigma eye base. This is in the shade Ignite. You guys can use my code Allie, save you guys some coin off. I don't ever know. Sometimes it's 10%, sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's 20. It just kind of really depends on like what type of sale they have going on. So I never really know what type of discount I will have with Sigma, but I do have a discount code with them if you guys do want to check that out. I am just going to, like I said, we're going to do something really soft, easy, because I want to be able to wear mascara today because I'm trying out a new mascara and liner. So I want to make sure that we can see that. So I'm just going to go into this shade right here. I'm just going to put this all along our crease area as well as our outer V. Now I'm actually really grateful they reached out to send this to me because I've played with a few Lethal Cosmetics products, but not a whole lot. And I'm just beyond excited to try out more brands. You guys know I really do love supporting indie brands. So it's really exciting for me whenever an indie brand reaches out and asks me if I want to try some of their stuff. And I'm just like, absolutely. Like I thought for sure Lethal would never want to talk to me again because I haven't had a chance to play with their Serpentine collection yet. I actually am going to be featuring it in I think it's like a 3 look or 4 look palette video coming up. So you guys will see it featured there, but I just wasn't able to do like a dedicated video at that time. But I'm still beyond grateful to be able to play with them nonetheless. Okay, this is laying down really nicely. Okay, I'm going to go into the shade right here. This shade actually did come in completely broken, but I was able to push it back together. So hopefully it doesn't crumble anymore. It's a really beautiful shade. I want to show you guys what it looks like. It's really pretty. Like, look at how pretty that is. I'm going to take this shade and put this right here. Oh my God, that's so pretty. This matte shade might be a little bit too light to be next to this shade because it's a little bit more of like a pastel shades, and pastels tend to lift a little bit. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of this shade down here. It's beautiful, beautiful shade. I'm just going to add it towards like the end of the eye. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my God, it's so pretty. And I'm just going to take a little bit of it. I'm just going to dab it right here. Just because I know it's going to kind of pull purplish. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, perfect. And then right next to this shade, we're going to go into this beautiful shade right here. I love this shade. I want you guys to see how gorgeous this is, like with the camera or the mirror. Like, look at that. That is absolutely stunning. But I feel like my camera will never do it true justice. But trust me when I say it's so pretty. Really beautiful. And if you can see the shift Okay, yeah, look at that right there. Ooh, look at that shift. Look how beautiful that is. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can kind of see the shift right there in the lid, but I'll make sure you guys can see it from the other eye. But I'm going to do the other eye off the camera. Like I said, this one's going to be very simple, easy eye look, something that you can just kind of do on the go. I wanted something very quick, very efficient, something that's still really beautiful. While still being able to put on mascara. Because like I said, I usually whenever I do really bold looks, I like to have lashes to go with it because I feel like it really helps to emphasize. But I feel like today I just want to show you guys, I just want to try out this brand new like tubing mascara from Urban Decay plus some of their liners. So I don't want to do too heavy on the lid. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. And I'll be right back. Okay, so now the eyes are on. This is such a pretty look. Like, I feel like that inner corner doesn't show up the way it needs to because it looks like a little bit of a Aurora Borealis. Like, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, right there. Do you see that right in this mirror? Like, look at that. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Just doesn't ever like, damn cheap ass camera. This is like if we're having like a $600 camera that I bought back in 2018. Look at that. That is so unbelievably gorgeous. That is so pretty. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Definitely love that. Okay, so for foundation, I actually got sent, and I'm really surprised I got sent this, the new Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. They sent me shade 5 and shade 5.1. This is a perfect natural glow foundation. I have never tried the original, so this actually did get reformulated. I never tried the original, so I can't really do a comparison between the two. Armani Luminous Silk Foundation was always kind of like out of my price range at the end of the day because it's expensive foundation, and I knew that didn't really have anything to do with like oily skin, so it's why I didn't ever really get a chance to try it. But let me see how this is going to work now. I am going to pair some of my Holy Grail setting powders and base and everything like that. So online, it says that this is supposed to be a long-wearing, non-comedogenic liquid formula with a medium to natural finish. It does have niacinamide in it, which is really great for someone like me with large pores and texture, but we're going to see how well this really does wear. So like I said, I got shade 5 and 5.1. So shade 5 is classified as a neutral, it's a light neutral pink, and 5.1 is a light cool pink. Okay, so we're gonna see which one's gonna be good for me before we go in with a primer. So this is how it looks. Oh my god, how much is this? This is a $70 foundation. Holy shit. Wow. Kind of intimidating. Okay, so what shade is this? This is the shade 5. Let's see how this looks on my face, because this will help determine. So this is shade 5. And this is going to be 5.1. Let's just try doing the 5.1. Okay. So I'm going to do the 5.1. And I'm going to go in with my starting base. We're going to go with the Danessa Myricks. This is the Water Powder Serum. Normally, I do go in with my One Size Extreme Matte primer, but I am pretty much almost out of it, so I have to go buy another one. So this is another way to do this. So I'm going to go in with the Water Powder Serum right here, and I'm going to put this right in my trouble area, which is going to be my T-zone. So I'm going to put this right here. Okay, then I'm going to top it off with my Milk Makeup. This is the Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer as well. So I'm going to mix the two together. And then we're going to go in with the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I can't believe they sent this my way. This is absolutely wild. Like, so wild to me that brands like this would send me something. It's something that I just never think would ever happen. So when it does, it's just absolutely bizarre and wild to me. Kind of like, whoa, why? So, okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put this on my hand, and I'm going to take my Morphe spatula brush right here. I absolutely love this spatula brush. It is just so good. And we're going to start to just apply. Ooh, you know what? Maybe she might be a little bit too... No, I think she'd be fine. Yeah, because it's a little bit light. I love applying the foundation with this. This is just such a great way to apply the foundation, because it just literally just glides right on without taking too much product with it, which I really do appreciate. So I can make it last a little bit longer, and I'm not wasting as much product to apply to the face. And then I do take a damp sponge, and I do go over it with a damp sponge just to make sure everything is nice and blended and melted straight into the skin. Oh, I feel like that was actually a really good match. 5.1. Okay, so I am realizing that as it's settling down, it's oxidizing down just a tiny bit. I do have more of like a pinkish tint to the face, which I'm not the biggest fan of. And I'm noticing this is definitely more of like my summer shade than it is my winter shade, because in the summer I do go outside and I tan a lot. So I feel like this is a little bit deeper than what I originally thought when I was first applying it, because it did oxidize down just a tiny bit. So there is that, but you know what? We will make it work, because like, we'll make it work. First impressions, it's laying down really nicely. Like you can definitely see where I do have a little bit of a glow to the skin. Not my most favorite. Like I'm not a big fan of luminous glowy things, because I do get so oily. So we're going to pair it with a lot of mattifying products. I just want to make sure I really lock it in and see if I can make this work. Because there are times I could absolutely make a glowing foundation work for me. Like there's no tomorrow. I am going to go ahead and just apply to my lips right now. This CoverGirl, this is going to be this squishy glaze and toasted vanilla marshmallow. I've already been using this all weekend. Not this shade. I've been using like a raspberry one. And this is just a great lip balm, but it's going to be a drugstore version. I really like how it hugs the lips. It's very comforting. Like I said, I've been wearing it all weekend long. Not this shade, but I'll pop in the shade that I have been wearing. It's just in my purse. Because like I said, I love how like a lip balm in my purse. And that's just one of the ones I put in there. And this is really pleasant tasting for a vanilla. Okay, cool. All right, so for concealer, I have the brand new Milk Makeup. This is going to be their Hydro Grip Gel Concealer. I have the shade 4.5, and then I also have the shade 4 and 4.5. So online, these retail for $29, and this says this is a clean, non-comedogenic, 12-hour hydrating gel to cream concealer stick with the buildable coverage that covers redness, dark circles, and more with a natural dewy finish. Ooh, there we are with that dewiness again. Oh no. Shade 4.5 is light neutral to cool. Oh, shade 4, light neutral to warm. Okay. Well, we're going to swatch these on my hand to see how I like these on. These are going to be a like concealer stick. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I never, ever used concealer stick. Like it's been so long since I've used a concealer stick. So I don't know how I'm going to like the coverage of this, but I am really excited. I am really excited to try these out. This is how they look. So this is going to be the shade oh God, I don't know. This is going to be the shade 4.5. That might be a little bit too deep. And this is the shade 4, which is probably the one I'm going to have to go for. Wow, shade 4 is deeper. That's crazy. This is shade 4. This is 4.5. 4.5 is the one we're going to go for. This is deeper. That's really interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and go in with the 4.5. And I'm just going to apply this right underneath. I'm just going to apply this right here like I normally would with any concealer. And let's see how well this blends out. All right, so I'm going to try a sponge on this side to see if I notice a difference with application. So far, it is laying out. It feels very, very lightweight. And it doesn't feel like it's necessarily going into any cracks or crevices I have underneath my eye, because I do have like fine lines in my eye. And then on this side, we're going to go in with a concealer brush, see if I just notice a difference between the two. So I'm going with a concealer brush. I personally do prefer a sponge or a brush, but that's just me. So let's go ahead and tap this in. Oh, I think the sponge looks so much better than the brush does. Let me just kind of go over that again. I don't really feel like I put any concealer under my eye. Like it just kind of looks like a little bit wet and glowy. I feel like that's all it's doing. And I feel like it's kind of emphasizing the texture on my skin right here. Like if I zoom you guys in, can you guys see that? Yeah, I just feel like it's kind of emphasizing my texture. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Well, for setting powder, I'm just going to go in with the One Size setting powder right here, because this is my tried and true setting powder. I'm out of my Kimchi Chic and my Nakia Joy Cosmetics. I do have to order more, but this is still a fantastic setting powder. If you have really oily skin like myself, I absolutely do love this. So I'm just going to quickly set my face with this setting powder. I always tap off the excess on my hand. I'm going to go in with my sponge. I'm just going to go ahead and start to apply this on the face. Okay, so now that that's on, we are going to set my face. I am going to go in with the brand new This is going to be the Morphe. This is going to be the Morphe Life Proof Setting Spray right here. That is in this mean PR. And this is supposed to be an aired power, alcohol and butane free, 16-hour wear, wet and sweat proof, no hairspray, no burning, no hairspray feel, no stickiness. This is going to be available as of right now. It does retail for $20, and we're going to see how well this actually works out. I'm not going to lie, I was never really a big fan of the Morphe Continuous Spray because it did nothing for my oily skin. But this is supposed to be, I think, a rival to the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist. So we're going to go ahead and try this out. I'm going to use this multiple times in today's video because this is what I would do on like a normal day when I'm just putting on makeup. So let's go and try this out. Wow, that smells very pleasant. That's a very pleasant smell. It almost smells, oh my God. Okay, if you guys have ever been on Soarin' over at Epcot, there's like this scene where you're going through like an orange grove and like a lavender field, That's kind of like what this smells like, kind of like a mix between the two. It smells really clean, very sweet, it smells really clean and very divine. I like how that smells. Okay, so while that is drying down, I don't have any new bronzer or blush to try today. So I'm actually gonna go into my Sephora bronzer right here. It's about time I opened this. I did get a re-up of it during the Sephora sale, and I just have not like done anything with it, and I really need to because this was my favorite like go-to bronzer for a long time. So I just want to go ahead and go in with this, and then I don't have any new blushes as well, so I'm just going to go in with the Tower 28. This would be in the shade called Malibu Cooler. This is such a beautiful blush, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of use these two today. Okay, so to finish off the under eyes, we're just gonna go back into that same purple, and I'm just gonna lightly dust it right underneath my under eyes today. Nothing too spectacular, just lightly dusting just right under my waterline. Okay, so now that's on, we're gonna go in with mascara. So I got sent the brand new Urban Decay. This is gonna be the tubing mascara. Apparently this is supposed to be fantastic. I've seen all my friends rave about it. They sent me quite a few shades. I have black, brown, I have a white as well, but I was gonna originally do brown, right? Because I never do brown mascara, but I feel like with this eye look, I should just do black. Because brown I feel like would go really good with green. So I feel like I'm just going to do black because I also have some eyeliner to try out. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. So these tubing mascaras retail for $25. And these are supposed to be an anti-clump, anti-smudge, anti-sweat tubing mascara that delivers up to 24 hours of lifted and lengthening lashes. So let's go ahead and try out this mascara. This is going to be how the wand looks. Pretty simple. I'm not the biggest fan of tubing mascara because a lot of times it can transfer, at least on me, it tends to transfer. So I tend not to be the biggest fan of them. And they're also a pain to take out. But apparently I saw that you just take this out with warm water and like you just lightly pull the tubing like off your lashes before you like wash your face and stuff like that. You just use warm water to help to pull this off. So let me go ahead and coat my lashes with this. Okay, it's definitely giving it length and volume for sure. Maybe I can kind of mix like brown and black together. Like maybe that'd be kind of fun. Definitely gives it length and volume for sure. Is it the most wowing mascara? No, I don't think so. I still think my drugstore mascaras just work a bit more. I don't know why. I just kind of like love my drugstore more. Like there just isn't been a mascara that has surpassed my like L'Oreal or Maybelline. Like I don't know. There's something about their mascaras. They just do right. They just do right. I live and breathe by drugstore mascaras. Okay, so for liner, for liner, Urban Decay also sent me some really fun retractable liners. So these are going to be their Urban Decay 24/7 liquid stick. This is a retractable eyeliner. So on one side, you're going to have a little smudger brush, which is really kind of nice. And on the other side, you're going to have the pigmentation right here. So I absolutely do love the Urban Decay 24-hour Glide On eyeliners. My favorite shade is the shade Perversion. It's been my favorite shade for so many years. It's the one shade that I consistently re-up on. It's a beautiful black shade. It's the only like black eyeliner I actually use. This one actually does retail for $26, and this one says that this is going to be a smudge-proof, retractable, waterproof eyeliner that delivers a bold, liquid-rich color that lasts up to 24 hours. And they do have some black shades as well, but since we are doing a kind of pinky look, I feel like I'm going to mix two different shades together. So on one side of my lid, we're going to do like a little bit more of a deeper purple, and I'm going to go into like a lighter purple because it's like metallic purple. So this is what the shade looks like. I'm going to swatch on the back of my hand so you guys can see. These are really pigmented and this glides on like crazy. So I'm just going to stick it right on my outer V area, like right here. And I'm just going to start to bring it towards the middle. And we're going to stop like right there. Okay. It almost looks like I'm bleeding in my eye. Oh, that looks like blood. Oh my God. Okay, well. That was not intended. It looks like I cut my eye. And now my eyes are watering. Oh my God. Okay. I promise I'm not bleeding. And now we're gonna go in with this like lighter metallic lavender shade. It's gonna look like so. Really pretty. If I can get my eyes to stop watering. I'm just gonna go over the dark purple. I don't like how my eyes look like they're bleeding. That kind of trips me out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just fill that in with the metallic purple. I actually recently got this in a ColourPop mystery box. This is gonna be the sugar donut. I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna lightly kind of tap it right here. Because I know people love the ColourPop liquid highlighters. I feel like I'm one of the only ones out there that just really wasn't the biggest fan. Just because I'm not a big fan of liquid highlighter. Just because I do get so oily and I feel like that's doing absolutely nothing. Do you see that? That is giving me absolutely nothing. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. Like, ugh. There's nothing on my cheek really. Like, that is so plain. So I'm just gonna quickly use the Flexterian highlighter because I still don't use ColourPop, but that is absolutely not giving. For lip liner, I'm gonna go into the MOB. They sent me a brand new like little kit. So they sent me this along with a lip balm, and then I also got 2 single shadows to go with it. So we're gonna go in with the lip liner. I don't know what shade this is. M1990. So let's go ahead and swatch this on my lips. I've never tried anything from MLB Beauty before, so this is going to be a first for me. This looks like it's going to be a pencil lip liner. Okay, that's a pretty color. And then, like I said, they sent over a lip balm as well. This is going to be the shade called Soft Rose. Let's see how this color is going to look with this lip liner. Packaging, not used to that, but the color is really pretty. Feels really nice, soft, hydrating. It doesn't feel like it's actually like sticking or anything. That doesn't have a smell. But I'm gonna do one more thing. I am gonna top it off with the brand new, this is gonna be the pH Reactive Gloss from Pixi. I have the shade right here called Naturalness. So this would be more like their natural shade. It says, works with lips pH level to give a glossy tint that enhances the version of your own lips. Well, since I have product on, hopefully it doesn't change it too much because I hate any like pH changing lip products because it always turns bright pink on me and I just feel like bright pink is just not a look for me. So let's go ahead and just try this out because I do want to have a little bit more of a glossiness to it. This looks really pretty. Like I said, I picked the neutral translucent like nude one because I feel like this would be the best one. So let's go ahead and try this. Really nice on the lips. So it did pull all that product though, but it feels really nice. And I feel like it really does kind of add an extra level to this lip look because I love a good glossy lip. Actually looks really pretty. It has like a little bit of a mint taste, a tiny little tingle, almost as if it's a lip plumper. Very, very tiny tingle. Okay, so before we wrap this up, I'm actually going to go ahead and go into the LYS right here. This is going to be the Translucent Triple Fix finishing powder. I got this in a Sephora Favorites kit. I have not tried this out, but I've been wanting to try this out. So we're going to try this out today. And I'm going to go ahead and take this and we're going to set my face with this finishing powder. Ooh, it definitely has a little bit of a white cast to that, but it's definitely lightening the foundation underneath. Not a bad thing because my foundation felt a little bit too deep, but I don't like whenever powders do change the look of my foundation because then it can make me look either extra white or can change color, and I just don't want to have like a white cast to the face. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face one more time with the life-saving mist or the life-proof mist from Morphe. Okay, let me go ahead and zoom you guys out, and let me go ahead and zoom you guys out before we do our wear test. So far, first impressions, I do like majority of the products that I tried. The one thing that I'm kind of iffy on is the Milk Makeup Concealer, just because like I'm really kind of not liking how my under eyes are looking. They're not my favorite, but we're going to see how well it wears throughout the day. Everything else is working pretty decently. The foundation is laying down really nicely. It has a soft coverage. Setting spray, definitely, the Morphe Life Proof setting spray, it laid down really nicely. I don't feel like super tightening on the skin, which is really nice. Like not like the L'Oreal where it's like a hairspray in a bottle. This one feels really soft. It smells amazing, but it definitely is giving my skin a nice mattifying complexion. The YSL, it did definitely lighten up the foundation just a bit, but we're going to see how well everything wears out, how everything wears. I will say so far, I think my favorite product of this video is going to be the Lethal Cosmetics palette. This is such a beautiful look that I created. Like, I think this is so pretty. I'm very happy with it, but we're going to see how well everything does wear throughout the day. So I'll be back in like anywhere between 8 to 12 hours, just depending, and I'll give you guys my first impressions of these products at the end of the video. So with that said, let's go and start a wear test. Okay, so I've had this on now for about 4 hours, and as you guys can see, I'm already getting kind of oily. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if this is gonna work out, but as you can see, I am definitely getting some, oh, okay, sun's in my eyes. I'm definitely getting kind of oily, and it's only been a little over 4 hours, so we'll see how this is going to hold up for another 5 to 6 hours. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've had this makeup on only for 8.5 hours, but I'm dying to take it off because it's just starting to get like itchy. Not like in a bad way, but just like in a way that I'm just like, I'm over wearing this. Normally I try to do 12 hours, but I just can't hang it today, y'all. I just can't hang it today. I'm just dying to scratch my face. But this is how we're looking after 8.5 hours. Honestly, it's really not that bad. Am I oily? Yes. But have I been worse? Oh my God, yes. I'm pretty sure as the night progresses, I'm just going to get more and more oilier. So I definitely think it's safe to say that the foundation, it held on, like nothing has lifted or separated, surprisingly enough. Like, I'm kind of shocked. Nothing has separated or lifted at all. Everything's still intact. I'm just pretty oily in my T-zone, and I can just tell I'm gonna get oilier from this point on. So I think it's safe to say that the foundation is not really oily proof, but it is what it is. The setting spray did not hold on, babes. Did not hold on. I'm gonna try the setting spray again though. I'm gonna try it again when I go to work tomorrow to see how that works under like my Holy Grail routine, to see if that works with that. But we'll have to do like a follow-up on that at the end of the month. But first impressions, I do like everything. Everything held on great. I just got pretty oily. Like even the lip liner. Y'all, I have not touched up my lips. I have not touched up my lips. Do you see that? The pH definitely did change. So the lip combo definitely got a little bit darker because of that pH from the Pixie. But the lip liner is still holding on. The gloss still has a little bit of shine. The balm still has a little bit of shine, which I'm shocked because I literally had lunch. I had lunch. I've had drinks. Like I've had lunch, I've had water, I've walked my dogs, I've licked my lips, and it's still holding on. I have a little bit of smear right there, but everything's still holding on. So first impressions, I pretty much like almost everything minus the Milk makeup. I did not like that. My under eye does look pretty shitty. Not a big fan of that. Foundation, I think it's gonna be really beautiful to film with. Is it gonna be like my new Holy Grail foundation? No. Is this gonna be foundation I wear to work? Absolutely not. But is this one that I could wear for about 6 to 8 hours? Absolutely. I definitely can see myself wearing this again. It's really beautiful. I love the fact that it did not separate, so that's actually a big bonus. And the fact that I can probably just tap this or blot this, I can still kind of save the makeup. I'm pretty happy about that. So overall, everything pretty much worked out really nicely minus the concealer. And like I said, that setting spray, we're going to have to try it out on other products to see how I really feel. But first impressions, I liked everything minus the concealer. So yeah, I think this was definitely a win. I'm kind of shocked about that. I did not have a lot of high hopes because I generally thought that I would be a lot worse for wear. And I am pretty impressed with how we are looking. So I'll make sure I do a follow-up at the end of the month in my repurchase or trash series. But first impressions, almost everything's a hit. Okay, so I'm about to head off to work and I'm wearing like my go-to everyday Holy Grail products for oily skin. So we're going to try out the Morphe Life Proof once again to see how well this holds up against oily skin, and is it going to contain the oil and last all day. So I'm going to quickly spritz the face. We're gonna let this dry down, and then I'm gonna come back at the end of my work shift, which will pretty much be like a 9 to 10 hours from now. And I'm gonna let you guys know how well this fared and did this hold up against oily skin, and is it going to be a new Holy Grail product for oily skin. So I'll see you guys in like 10 to 12 hours. Okay guys, so it's been over 10 hours since I've had this makeup on, and this is how it's looking. I'm just a little bit oily on my nose, but the rest is still holding really true. So honestly, I feel like this is a pretty decent setting spray. Okay guys, so this is how the makeup is looking after 10 hours. And as you guys can see, I'm just a little bit oily on my nose area, but nothing has really lifted or transferred or shifted, which is really nice. So is this a new Holy Grail? I don't know. I'm gonna keep testing it out, but first impressions, it does work really nicely. I do like the mister. I like the smell. I like how it doesn't dry down and make my skin feel super dry and like too tight. I really do like how it feels. So we're going to keep testing it out all month long. But so far, this is a pretty decent setting spray. I cannot wait to see how well it wears throughout the rest of the month. But yeah, if you have oily skin, don't be afraid to try this. It's actually working quite nicely. Alrighty guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys have my other channels are for life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.